Welcome back, everybody. We haven't done a Facebook mail call session in quite a while, and I posted up a question today for those of you to write your questions in over on my Facebook page. Again, you're probably not seeing this the day I'm recording it, but this is right after I posted that up. I got over 100 comments and questions within, I want to say 30 minutes. So the good news there is that the channel is growing and there's more and more of you asking questions. The bad news is some of you guys can't get in on it. And I'm going to try to keep these videos a reasonable amount of length. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to answer them, and I'm going to go one by one in order. So without further ado, let's get to it. Cliff asks, model 686 for fun and nightstand, should I get a 3-inch or 4-inch? Okay, so if you're not going to carry it, I tend to lean on the side of longer barrels. Longer barrels give you better velocity at the same powder weight. So, for instance, an easy way to equate it for a lot of you guys who watch this channel only shoot semi-autos is like a plus P versus a non-plus P in 9mm. You take your HST 124 grain, let's say. And if you put that in a Glock 17, the standard pressure out of a Glock 17 will get right about the same velocity as the plus P in a Glock 19. So same thing applies for revolvers. Generally speaking, more power is better. Not always the case with bullets, because you certainly can make them go too fast, which will, sort of degrade the performance once the bullets actually hit soft tissue. But 3-inch and 4-inch, when we're talking a 686 revolver, by all means. If we're not carrying it, I recommend the 4-inch, especially for the nightstand duty, like you actually said there. So, next question. Brian says, I have not read these before. I'm reading these, and if I have any curse words or anything, I'll try to edit them out here. Where's your hair? Haha, keep up the awesomeness. I don't have any hair. I started going bald when I was about 16. Yeah, so I'm a very lucky guy, very blessed guy. Without question, my life's fantastic, and I don't complain about it at all. But going bald at 16 is an interesting event in a man's life, but it certainly worked out well, so I can't complain at all. Why don't you do a hate mail or hate comments? I guess is the way he means it. It's not written that way. Video. So why don't I do a hate mail video? I could very easily. As those of you guys who follow me on social media pages know, I post a lot of times to a lot of the haters' comments, and really I only post maybe like 1 out of 100. I get a lot of them, a ton of them. Anytime your channel grows, another sort of bad thing about it is that you get a lot of trolls or people who just like to incite things on the internet. So I get a lot of those. I'm not going to do a video on it though, because most of them really aren't fit for the channel in terms of language and things like that. So I try to keep that off the channel. Have you got a Furfran's CRD yet? No, I absolutely have not. I requested one for review because I do get a lot of questions on it, and they never replied to my email. So that's what's up with that. My question, are you going to get your wife something nice for you? This is Derek asking this in reference to the Wilson 1911. I love that video, by the way. It made me smile as soon as your face changed. Haha, I know the feeling. Well, my wife and I, for a little personal information, if you will, we don't really do gifts based on like holidays or birthdays or anything like that. We just do them to surprise each other and, show our love for each other. So I may, but she may be watching this, so I may not. Next question from Joey. Need a good barrel company for my AR build. Having a hard time finding one that fits my needs. Bang for the buck is always good. Thank you. Okay, so bang for the buck, we're going to focus on that because there are a ton of great AR barrels out there right now. I've said it before, we live in the golden age of firearms. There's so many good products out there at prices that we really couldn't dream of in terms of inflation adjusted 20 years ago. So on that note, generally speaking, something nitrided will be very, give you a lot of performance for the money. So with that said, companies I would recommend in that sort of arena with nitrided barrels that are 4150 CMV would be, we'll go with Ballistic Advantage, Aero Precision, which I believe Aero actually recently bought out Ballistic Advantage. So both of those companies make good barrels in that category for good prices, and also Faxon Firearms makes good barrels for the money for sure. So definitely any of those that fit your needs. So if you want like a 16-inch mid-length, lightweight, whatever, take a look around and see what's there. So those are all good brands though that have good customer service and provide and make a quality product, I should say. All right, favorite beer. Sam Adams Boston Lager, the original. I go with the seasonals every now and then just to mix it up. I'm not a big drinker, guys. If I drink 5 beers a month, that's probably stretching it. So I don't drink too much. So occasionally I do go with the seasonals, but Boston Lager is definitely my favorite. Preferred handgun and sights. Pick only one. Okay, so let's think about that, right? If we're gonna say only one, meaning you have to be able to do all uses with it, everything, carry, home defense, shooting at the range, all that stuff. I would definitely go with a Glock 19 Gen 3. Honestly, if we're talking a factory offering, I'd go with the Larry Vickers RTF2 model. It's just an awesome gun. I really like the more aggressive grips. And then we're talking about sights. Sights, pick only one. Pick only one. Okay, if you could pick only one, I don't like that option. I don't like that, as you guys could probably tell from watching the channel. Pick only one. Maybe the Trijicon HDs. Those are really good. That said, maybe how about this? If I could do a Trijicon HD front with a Wilson Combat rear, that would probably be my preference if I could only have one. But, I don't like that. I don't like that answer. I like having multiple guns for multiple uses. Okay, next question. ETA on the PTR 32 review. Well, those of you, again, who follow me on social media, you guys get kind of an advance notice of what's coming up on the channel. So those of you who are watching me on YouTube but don't follow me on social media, don't know that I have one of those in. ETA, I don't do ETAs. Reason being, I have a regular job. I have a regular family like everybody else. And trying to, quote, time that I'll have videos up is not realistic, because I don't know, because life gets in the way. Generally, things are running anywhere in the 2 to 3 month time frame for reviews these days, from the time I get them in to the time it gets up. But that could go up, that could go down. I have no idea. That's sort of out of my control, if you will, because YouTube's not my job. Also interested into any deets, I think he means details, pertaining to the Scorpion stock choice. That's going to depend on basically the ATF's ruling on that one. So we're standing by to see the legality of the CZ Scorpion stock. So I don't know. That's sort of out of my control there. James writes in, not a question, more of a suggestion. You should do a video with Iraq Veteran 888 and Military Arms Channel. Well, I have done a video with the Military Arms Channel. I haven't done a video like do a video with Eric yet from Iraq Veteran 888, but he's been in my videos because he was gracious enough to invite me down to his YouTube shoot. So he's been in the videos. He's not done a video with me per se, but I'd imagine if the channel continues to grow, it'll probably happen one day, because he's a great guy, and he's been nothing but nice to me over the years and has helped me whenever I ask him for help. So good dude. And same with Tim at the Military Arms Channel. He's been very helpful to me, answered questions, given me industry contacts, all those things. So the YouTube community really is an awesome community. I can't think of anyone who runs a YouTube gun channel that hasn't been really helpful to me. No, I can't think of one. So it's been really good. Those two guys included. What are the best handgun sights for racking the slide off your belt? Good question. 5 years ago, there weren't many. Nowadays, there are a plethora of good options. Like I mentioned earlier, the Wilson Combats, Trijicon HDs, really good. Dawson makes some really good ones for that as well, with a nice ledge. So does Jaime on that note. If we're talking about sub $100 sights, well, the Wilsons can be under $100 depending on the option, but sub $100, the Ameriglow Hackathorns, fantastic sights for the money. I haven't done a review on them. I need to, but really good in that regard. So those are some good options there for sure. In the TrueGlow TFO is another site that I've had here. I haven't done a review on them. They work well at that. They're not the best by any means, but again, the original ones, I know they've come out with some updated versions now. The original ones, if you look around and watch for sales, you can find them for like $60, and high quality site, and they are very capable of one-handed manipulations. Okay. Next question from Chris. If you could train with anyone, past or present, who would it be and why? Train with anyone? Good question. Okay, past or present? We'll go past, probably Audie Murphy. Obviously, just to get the experience of the guy, get some stories, some insight as to how he accomplished the things he did. It's pretty impressive. The guy's got a war record that, I mean, really no one can live up to. So present, maybe him. Current, I mean, I've trained with Larry Vickers now, so that's certainly a guy that would be at the top of my list. Maybe I don't know. Really, just tons of good guys out there. Maybe I'd like to go shooting with Colion Noir, man. That guy's got some cool guns. How about that for a YouTube personality? So that would be fun. Mosin stock refinishing. This is from Richard. When does it hurt value? For instance, I just got a 1937 tool oil with matching numbers on 9130. Finish is a little bit rough. Okay, so when does it hurt value? It depends on the collector, but generally it almost always hurts value. Original condition for collectability is generally the best. But at the end of the day, if you plan on taking the gun with you to your grave, does it matter if you're not going to sell it? No. And if you would like it better with a refinished stock and get more enjoyment out of it personally, then by all means refinish the stock. So that will be the end time-wise on this part. We'll do another part here. That'll be up later on. And then we'll hopefully get back to some other videos. But that's about it, guys. Hopefully we answered some of your questions and you got something out of this without me sort of having dead air here, which I had a couple times because I haven't read these questions at a time. But that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Hopefully next time your question will get answered if you put one up, but we'll get to them eventually. Hope to see you in the next video.